What if I told you that some of the toughest off-road SUVs loved by Australians in 2025 aren't the ones most Americans think of first? These aren't just rugged trucks with big tires. They're smart, tech-loaded machines built to conquer deserts, mountains, and muddy trails, all while keeping comfort levels sky-high. One of them even packs features you'd expect only in a luxury car. But here's the kicker, not all of them are priced like luxury SUVs. So, which of these Aussie favourites actually deserve a spot in your driveway? Let's find out. 2025 is shaping up to be a massive year for performance lovers in Australia. Brands are pushing boundaries, and the fight to build the most thrilling sports car has never been tougher. On one side, we've got the Nissan Z Nismo, carrying the spirit of classic Japanese muscle but sharper and faster than ever. Facing head-on are modern rivals like the Toyota GR Supra, Porsche 718 Cayman GTS, and the unexpected wildcard, the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, now turning heads down under with raw American power. But this isn't just about horsepower or badge prestige anymore. These cars represent a new era where balance, tech, and driving emotion all collide. Australia's roads and open highways make the perfect testing ground to see which one truly delivers that heart-pounding thrill. So today, we are putting them side by side, not just to see which is fastest, but which one actually feels alive behind the wheel. Because in 2025, it's not enough to go fast, you've got to feel fast. Now, let's dive into what really makes these 2025 sports cars come alive on the road. Starting with the Nissan Z Nismo, this one's all about attitude. Aggressive front end, sharper aero kit, and Nismo exclusive red accent scream performance even before you start the engine. Under the hood, it packs a 3.0-litre twin-turbo V6 pushing out around 420 horsepower, paired with a retuned suspension and quicker steering rack. It's tighter, meaner, and built for the kind of driver who enjoys feeling every inch of the tarmac. Here's where it gets interesting. While it's blisteringly quick, some reviewers say it's a bit too stiff for daily driving. So, comfort takes a slight backseat to precision. Then there's the Toyota GR Supra, still a fan favorite. Toyota's refined it for 2025, adding lightweight materials and tweaking the software to smooth out gear shifts. With 382 horsepower from its turbocharged straight-six, it doesn't quite match the ZS brute force, but it strikes back with balance, near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution and a chassis that feels glued to the ground. The Supra's appeal isn't just speed, it's the way it dances through corners, almost predicting your next move. Still, some purists argue it lacks the raw soul of older Supras, given its BMW partnership roots. Now, stepping up in class, the Porsche 718 Cayman GTS. This one's less about flash, more about feel. Its 4.0-litre naturally aspirated flat-six delivers 394 horsepower. It's the throttle response and cornering poise that set it apart. The steering feedback is razor-sharp, and the driving experience feels more connected than anything else in this lineup. Porsche's once again mastered that magic mix of control and excitement. However, that excellence comes at a price. Literally, you're paying premium money for performance that, while exceptional, might not feel 3 times as thrilling as cars that cost half as much. And then, the surprise contender, the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Now officially available in right-hand drive, it's a bold statement for American performance in Australia. Its mid-engine layout shifts the weight to the center, transforming how it handles. The 6.2-litre V8 roars with 490 horsepower, and when that engine fires, it feels like driving an exotic at a fraction of supercar prices. Interior has caught up too, driver-focused, with premium stitching, digital displays, and an overall sense that Chevrolet has stepped into a new league. Only catch, the Stingray's wide stance can make tight Aussie streets a little nerve-wracking. Each of these cars brings a different flavor of thrill. Z Nismo is raw and relentless. Supra blends control with charisma. The Cayman GTS feels surgically precise. And the Corvette, it's pure theater. Every startup, every rev feels like an event. When you balance speed, style, handling, and price, which one truly gives the best thrill for the dollars? In just a moment, we are breaking down the key highlights, the hidden drawbacks, and one surprising result that might completely flip your expectation. And here's where everything changes. After hours of testing, countless corners, and a few near heart-stopping accelerations, the truth about these 2025 sports cars finally comes alive. Not in the spec sheets, but out on the open road. The Nissan Z Nismo paper, it promised brute power and razor-sharp handling. And on the track, it absolutely delivers. Throttle response is instant, the turbo punch addictive, and through high-speed bends, it feels like it's reading your mind. Then comes the catch. That same stiffness that gives it track precision makes it punishing on rough Aussie roads. It's thrilling, yes, but exhausting after an hour behind the wheel. The Toyota GR Supra, on the other hand, may not have the biggest numbers, it's the most intuitive. Every shift feels deliberate. Curve invites you to push harder. It's that rare sports car that feels wild and friendly at the same time. A balance the Z Nismo can't quite match. Still, you sense Toyota played it safe. Great fun, but not mind-blowing. Then there's the Porsche 718 Cayman GTS. Surgical, precise, almost too perfect. Doesn't shout for attention, just performs. Naturally aspirated flat six sings as you climb the revs. And the car feels as if it's connected to your nervous system. You can feel every millimeter of pure, mechanical connection few cars still offer. Question lingers. That experience worth nearly double the price? And just when you think you've seen it all, Corvette's Stingray turns everything upside down. That mid-engine layout transforms the drive, and surprisingly refined. The exhaust note, thunderclap echoing through the Outback. Not just fast, it's ferocious, and it makes you grin like a kid every time you touch the throttle. So here's the twist. The car that delivers the best thrill isn't necessarily the most expensive. If you crave raw, untamed performance, Nissan Z Nismo is your weapon of choice. Built for those who live for track days and late-night highway runs, type who'd rather feel every vibration than ride in comfort. It's aggressive, unapologetic, and built purely for the thrill seeker. Toyota GR Supra, that's your everyday hero. It gives you the perfect balance between excitement and usability. A sports car you can drive daily without sacrificing fun. It's refined, reliable, and emotionally satisfying, even if it doesn't push boundaries like the others. Porsche 718 Cayman GTS remains the gold standard for driving purity. It's for those who see driving as an art form, people who don't just want connection, but every dollar buys precision and prestige that few cars can match. And then we have the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, the shocker of this test. Breaks stereotypes, bringing true supercar performance to a far more reachable. With its mid-engine balance. In the bigger picture, what we are seeing here is the evolution of performance itself. The future of sports cars isn't about chasing top speed anymore, about mastering emotion, balance, and engagement. These cars prove that the real thrill isn't just in horsepower, in how a car makes you feel. Which one gets your heart racing? The raw edge of the Z, the balance of the Supra, purity of the Porsche, the fire-breathing drama of the Corvette. Drop your pick in the comments. I'd love to hear which of these machines you take for a weekend drive. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive reviews.